Presiding officer, place-based approaches to culture are vital. They allow for communities to make decisions about culture that best suit the needs and wants of the local population, and allow for much-needed local engagement in Scotland's culture. I welcome the announcement of an extra 100 million for the arts and culture budget and await further details. However, this report and the committee's pre-budget scrutiny highlights the questions still need to be answered given the dire situation facing our cultural sector. As Karen Adam and Kit Brown rightly pointed out, we are in the difficult financial situation and the cultural sector is feeling the brunt of this. I have been contacted by a number of organizations and event organizers whose future remains uncertain due to the continued funding cuts in the arts. As a result, Scotland's cultural sector hangs in the balance. A straightforward and coherent approach to protect Scotland's unique culture and heritage is crucial. Cuts and short-term projects-based funding schemes jeopardize the ability of cultural programmes to reflect the communities they serve. Our culture sector needs long-term, sustained funding. Community organisations cannot continue operating wondering when the next funding cuts will be. Long-term and continued funding is the only way that a place-based approach to culture in the communities can work. Without it, community organisations cannot plan ahead. They cannot commit to cultural events and they cannot ensure progress for culture in their own communities. A successful place-based approach to culture must also address the individual needs of people in each community. The report rightly recognised the important role that volunteers play in supporting community-led cultural activities. However, Neil Beebe rightly pointed out the need to address the disparity between communities who do not have the capacity or resources to sustain a long-term volunteering. The cultural needs of one community may not be the same for the other. Scotland is a diverse place. There must be a targeted approach to ensure each community's unique needs are being met. A place-based approach must also acknowledge the unique cultural heritage and history of individual communities. It must recognise the multicultural heritage and make-up of many communities across Scotland and work towards meeting the needs of the many, not the few. Presiding officer, a place-based approach to culture is what is best to serve our communities. But this cannot be fully implemented without decision-making being handed back to the local communities. Decentralisation will put decision-making closer home and back to the hands of those that it directly impacts. Local communities know best their own cultural needs. By giving communities a choice and say in shaping the cultural life of their communities, we will only help to strengthen and improve multiculturalism and Scotland's rich cultural heritage. Finally, presiding officer, despite Scottish Government commitments to culture, access to cultural spaces in communities is on the decline. Giving power to the communities to implement for their own cultural activities will go nowhere if local spaces are not made available to bring them to light. Alexander Stewart rightly pointed out that there is immense pressure on many communities' arts groups to rescue spaces used for community cultural activities. There are some success stories with this, such as North Edinburgh Arts in my region. But the current crisis facing the sector means that many community organization spaces are still at threat of closure. This is particularly in deprived urban areas, where individuals may feel further removed from engaging in culture. We must ensure spaces are open and maintained to allow communities to meet the cultural needs of individuals and encourage everyone to engage in local cultural and arts settings. Thank you.